Hey, good afternoon, everybody. This is Charles Miller here from Fox Music House, and I was talking, I think on yesterday, talking to all you guys about the new Nautilus from Korg, um, and I wanted just to show you guys, or let you guys listen and hear some of the sounds on it, and just give my initial thoughts, just unboxing the Nautilus. This is the Nautilus 88 from Korg. So obviously, what Korg has done made a lot of changes um, as far as to the graphical interface or the GUI. You hear some of that terminology. I'm going to throw out some of those terms from here and there that I'll put out there for you guys. But they did update the graphical interface on the Nautilus, so it to me it flows much better to the eye, flows much better even for the first time user. And those of you that have seen it at your local music store, or you've seen some videos and things for it online, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. So the Nautilus is it's still a workstation that they have out now. So it's really the best way to put it is it's a more streamlined version of the Chronos. I know they got the Chronos, the LS version out there, different things. I think the Nautilus is actually a much better representation of a what I would call a streamlined version of the Chronos. Much better representation of that. What I mean by that is obviously there's not as many sliders and buttons on board, um, but instead, to me, you really get to really dive more into the sounds, and it makes it a little bit more appealing to the eye to really start to tweak some of the sounds. Now you've got all of the nine independent sound engines within the Nautilus, as is in the Chronos. Really, the biggest difference is you don't have the Karma effects processing and some of that processing that the Karma provided, that they have been putting into a lot of their workstations. So that's been taken out, but it's still pretty much the same machine from a guts internally, obviously, with a few updates parts wise from the Chronos. So you're getting all nine of the sound engines. So everything is pretty much the same from that perspective, which I think that's great. So for those of you that are, big proponents and big users of the Korg brand of products and the Korg Chronos, you're really going to love this. Really going to love this. It actually is probably more gig friendly, truth be told, than the Chronos is. And one thing I like that they did about the 88 version is they also put some really detailed attention into the crafting of it, making sure that it wasn't below the Chronos in terms of that perspective. So you've got nice wood paneling, metal chassis, pretty much for 90% of it. Nice touch screen, which I think the color blending is nicer than what you find on the Chronos. They've updated some of the presets. I will say that was probably maybe one of my biggest drawbacks, but you can pull that stuff in from the Chronos. Is not as many presets that you found in the Chronos per each performance voice, um, or program voice, as they call it on the core products. Not as many as you found in the Chronos. But just wanted to give a little um, introduction about some of my initial thoughts when I first pulled it out. Um, like I said, otherwise, um, all your normal um, ins and outs and auxiliary peripheral connections, two inputs. You can send audio via USB, so MIDI over USB, all the the prerequisite stuff that companies are now including with things nowadays. So let's get into some of the sounds, so that way you guys can really hear what's going on under the hood. I really want you guys to hear what's going on under the hood here. All right, let's see if I can. Let's dial this up. Let's dial this up for you all. See if we can get this dialed up. All right. So when you open it up, you're coming automatically with the what they call the Nautilus Grand, which is a sample of they call it the German D. In this case, we all know that D would be the 9-foot Steinway. Very nice, very nice. Definitely what I'm used to in terms of what you would get out of a Steinway. So I like that. And so one of the other things they also added, they also already added some of the EXS program and combination additions in here. And the Nautilus Dry Grand is one of those. Another one of those is the Italian Grand, which is the Fazioli. So a little bit brighter, closer to like a big rock grand piano. So very nice European, bright, grandiose piano. Another one they added in was the Japanese upright, which is the U1. I think it's actually closer to a U3, really. So some really nice variations on those three pianos, and so those three pianos pretty much serve as the basis. And then, like I said, you got some of the presets that Korg would very cleverly put in here under names of famous songs that you all know. This one. So that's the pianos. Like I said, the pianos are all really, all the presets are really based heavily around those three pianos right there. Let's get into some more of those pianos. So now the keyboard. Now the keyboard section obviously is modeled off of the EP1 sound engine. So you've got So everything that you like and remember about your Chronos, they've got it in here. They've got it in here. Tweak things a little bit differently. I think they've got everything flowing a little bit better. The touchscreen, I think, works a little bit better. So all of your favorite EPs, your favorite presets like the Herbie Butterfly. All your favorite EPs right there for you guys to hear. So as always, you got a lot of programs in there. You go from your real piano to your synth piano. And now when you get to the synth piano, you're adding in the Mod 7 uh, engine. So those of you that remember this, this is a great representation of that MK80 crystal rose. I mean, sounds great. Like Crystal Rhodes. It doesn't get any better than that. Let's see. I wonder if and then we've got some other pianos on there that are really like I said, they did add in a few presets for you guys. That's really gonna really be a telltale sign of how popular this is going to be. All right, so let's go here. Obviously, the Mod 7 in here, and let's go in. I'm going to adjust something for you guys. And let's see. Let's see. Doesn't get any better than that. I mean, it seriously doesn't get any better than that. One of the other things you're also going to notice with this board, like I said, when you're going into the global and to change some of the other settings on the inside, I think it flows much better. And so the novice or someone who has never been dealing in the Korg workflow, like I have, or like many of you have ever since, going back to the Trinity days. If you're a Yamaha or Roland or Kurzweil or a Kawai only person, when you jump on this for the first time, you'll be able to get to all of the presets and all of the things that you're used to doing pretty easily. From what I've been able to see, and so I think that's fantastic. Easy getting in and out. It's easy to do your combination to go ahead and stack 1 through 16. Very easy to get to all of that stuff. So if you want to go to just simple program, and in simple program mode, you can layer 2 sounds at once in simple program mode. Now, if you want to layer more than 2, you're going to want to go to combination mode. And then you also have your set list mode where you can go in and do your set list like you're used to on the Chronos. Let's go ahead and hop in and hit some more of these sounds up. Now the organ. Everybody know. So right on the money. Right on the money. I mean, just real good stuff. Real good stuff. Just gotta love it. You just got to love it. So that's with the CX3 sound engine on the inside. Let's look at some of the strings. So the strings is using the STR1 sound module. I mean, just rich. The analog strings are fantastic on the Korg. The analog strings fantastic, especially when you add in like the Poly 6 stuff. Real good stuff. Dream, another lush pad strings, stuff to really kind of build things from a cinematic perspective, or to really kind of just stack things. So orally, the sound's just going to pop out right at you. The brass, everybody likes the brass. Obviously. Great stuff. Great stuff. Using some of the different synth engines that you got on board. Um, what else we got? Some of the bass. Let's get to some of the bass. Bass is right on point. Even some of the woodwinds. Some of the woodwind stuff is just really, really good stuff. Saxophones, all that stuff. So that's just some of my thoughts here. Oh, before I get out of here, let me do some of the lead synth. Let me do some of the synth stuff. I've been doing some more of the instrument-specific synth stuff, but let me get to some of the other synth stuff. Gotta love that. I love that. So some of your synth stuff. Good stuff. So you've heard some of this. I'm going to get into some more of this stuff next week. I'm going to really dive into so you can actually see what's going on underneath the hood. So I'm signing out for now, but I'll be back. Check you guys out right here at Fox Music House. Any questions about these or anything you want to hear about or want me to talk about, please like the description, like, comment, share across all social media platforms. We're on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn, you name it. Stay here for all of the best in music products here at Fox Music House. Later.